Good morning and welcome to day 30 of Vlogtober. It is a beautiful sunny day out today, thankfully. Not a cloud in the sky. Well, there's some clouds way over there, but right above me, not a cloud in the sky. I can actually see the crescent moon above me as well. The mountains, I can see those clearly as well. Maybe you just saw some geese fly by. And when I looked out the bedroom window this morning, low tide, and a very distinct low tide. So I'm going to turn you this way and I'll zoom you in as well. Across the way, there are glistening banks. This is the lowest I've ever seen it, and it looks like the tide is still kind of going out because the water is flowing towards the ocean. So a little bit different than I have seen before. For the most part, it is a quiet morning. A little bit of noise from the industrial units across the way, but 6.5 degrees is what it told me it was outside. But it feels really nice. I've got my love note on and just trying to decide what to do. I'm going to take you over to where the docks are, and you'll really see a difference from what you've seen before. Definitely low tide. I was just so excited to come outside and show you the changes that I could really see, and I forgot to introduce myself. I am Tracy and I'm the podcaster of The Comfy Red Couch, and it is Vlogtober day 30. One more day to go. So let's take a look at the banks behind me. I think I pointed out yesterday that at the bridge, if you can see the two posts that hold it up, yesterday or a couple days ago, last time I shared that with you, the water was way up there, and today it is most definitely a low tide. We've got the ducks coming down. We seem to be missing a swan. I don't know where the swan is, but there are most definitely some banks happening here, and the ducks have lost all of the reeds that they normally hide in. But yeah, I haven't seen it like this yet. So I was surprised when I opened the window, and sure enough, it is low tide. And I mean, the tides happen a couple times a day, so it's amazing that I hadn't seen this before. Someone's got a float plane out. Yesterday, we only saw one of the swans, so I'm not sure whether one has had an untimely demise or whether she was just hiding. I'm not really sure. But yeah, that is the view today. A little bit different for sure. I'm just at the very end of the dock, the very last unit. This is actually one of the open water lots right here, and beautiful views of the mountain. A boat just went by and I could feel the dock moving. It's the most movement I've actually felt since I've been down in the water, and I thought, oh, so there is some movement. Thankfully not so much with the houses, although someone went by at about 5 in the morning and sloshed my house, and I don't know whether it was that I was woken from a dream that I felt like I was moving, or whether they were just going so fast that they actually did move the house. I don't think so, probably swinging the lights. But anyway, the view is absolutely breathtaking today. You can see snow on the mountains and nice, beautiful, clear sky. I just talked with one of the neighbors, and he said the tide is just starting to come in now. So this is low tide, and he said it gets even lower than this. But the reason I guess I haven't seen it so much is because the tide has been low during the midnight hours. But it's kind of strange because I thought it sort of happened twice a day, but I don't know. I will learn as we continue to go along. I thought I would share with you our hopes for the rest of our water lot. So This water lot, the couple that has purchased it is in the process of building their home, and in the spring or summer of 2022 we expect that it will be put into place. And in this spot right in front of you will be the 2 boat slips. So you still own a bit of this property. So right here where I'm standing will be part of their boat slip. And right here there's a little dot screwed in beside the boat thing there. That little tag. That's our property line. And we can, from maybe about a foot in here towards the house, my plan is to have a concrete foam dock built, and we'll be able to put that, so it will be a floating dock that will be at the side of the house, and that will be an outdoor area. So when we come out the front door, we can then go straight onto what we're going to call the barge, and we'll have our eating area out here, and it'll be just a nice outdoor space that we can use. And so I've got to start looking into what I want that to look like and figuring out, you know, how big it's going to be. So I can't quite go to the property line. I can go from a little bit in, so it's about 10 to 12 feet across, and then I can go the full length of the house. So I think I am going to go the full length of the house. My mother had suggested that perhaps we buy a pontoon boat, and we could have a space at the very end that we could then have a boat in. Once we put a dock in, it's going to be a lot more difficult to remove part of it, especially because I do want to have the concrete foam one. But I am thinking I would like it to extend all the way out to the other end, so then that way you have a bit of a wraparound porch like area and a lot of outdoor usable space. So that will be something that will be nice. The previous owners had a very large boat here, and they had owned the lot as well beside, and were able to turn their boat around, and then they would secure their boat to the house. I was talking a little bit about our house being a little bit low, and let me just stand over here so you can see. The bumpers don't quite match up, and there is water in the concrete unit, and we will be able to remove some of the water as we've put our furniture in place. So there's one of these little silver things on each of the 4 corners of the house, and once we've got things put in place, we can then try and level the house off. But for now, we are floating a little bit low, so there was some concern expressed earlier in the week by one of the residents. And of course, my mallard duck friends were telling me my house was floating low because I have too much stuff. I think it's all mugs, actually. It's too many mugs. Anyway, house is floating low, but we will hopefully get that rectified once we have boxes emptied and things in better place. We did try to reduce what we were bringing, but it's not always easy. There goes a mallard duck, just for a little float by. It is nice and calm on the river. And those trees in the background, so pretty. Tide's coming in, so soon that land across the way will be covered with water again. I'm just taking a moment to sit. I'm going to make myself some tea in a few moments, figure out which mug I will be drinking out of today. Yesterday it was my mine mug. I have Scout who is pawing at me, demanding attention. I wanted to share something that we purchased the other day, and we went to a local mall, to a Hallmark, and bought a 2021 ornament, and that is the new home, because this is our new home. So I am thinking I will probably do Vlogmas this year. I did not do it last year. With the pandemic and work, I knew it would be insane if I even tried it. So I did take last year off, but I'm looking forward to maybe doing Vlogmas this year. And I'm hoping to spend November getting things straightened day by day, just a little each day, not overwhelming myself, and getting some knitting in, catching up on everyone else's Vlogtobers that I've been missing. And it was nice that I got the TV set up the other day, because last night Nathaniel and I were able to sit down, watch Survivor, and then I caught up on a few episodes of Vlogtober, and it was kind of strange hearing Sharon give me a shout out from, okay, I always do it, SCRNTNO. I'm missing a one in there. Sorry, Sharon, I always get your handle wrong. SCR1NTO. I've got to figure it out. Sharon. Anyway, it was nice watching her vlogs, especially with the balloons going up, and hearing my name just threw me for a little bit of a loop. Anyway, I am going to figure out what I'm going to do with the day today. I'm going to try and take it a little bit easy, but I do have some goals that I would like to accomplish today. And for now, just going to enjoy watching the tide start coming in and having a little bit of toast and some tea, I think would be a really good idea. And of course, petting Scout here because she demands my attention, as she should. One of the things that I have been wanting to do is to clear this area a little bit. We don't have a lot of storage. We do have a storage room. The glass for the tabletop is in a plywood crate. It's a flat crate. It's taking up a lot of space right now, but this table needs to be taken apart so that we can have a little bit more room out here. So it is a beautiful day. I've got a little container to put the screws in. I have an Allen key, and it is time to get this table taken apart. And oh my gosh, it is stiff. Oh my gosh, it is stiff. There we go. So we'll get this table taken apart and get a little bit more room out here and make it look a little less chaotic. It'll be nice to come out here and not have a big round table in the way. So, perfect day for some home decluttering. This is the table that I am hoping to put on our deck that we're going to have built, and it's a really large glass tabletop. It's a wonderful patio table, but the thing is right now it doesn't quite fit so nicely out here, and it's taking up a lot of space. So we had been planning to disassemble it to put into storage until we have the dock built. So today it is beautiful, a perfect day to finally disassemble the table and put it away in the storage. So this ring here will come off, the bottom ring, and then these legs will all come off. So we'll at least be able to make it a lot more compact. And even though we don't have a lot of space in our storage room, that's where it's going to go for the next little while. So I have my handy Allen key and a little bit of brute force, and we will get this table collapsed. And then I just have to remember to put the screws and probably the Allen key as well. Might be a smart thing without, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be bad if I dropped that down into the water? Feels good to have the table out of here. We still have the red wagon that had been on our porch there for a while. We were hoping to put it in our utility room, but our utility room is quite full right now. We need to have a freezer taken out of the utility room and maybe move things around a bit. But now that the table is gone, there's a little bit more of a clear space. The previous owners left us these two chairs, and then we had brought our own chairs. These blue chairs had been on our porch at our previous house. My uncle gave these to us when Greg and I got married. So they are 23 and a half years old, I think. And when I was at my mom's while we were selling the house, I did a solid stain with them. So I used Benjamin Moore Spellbound and stained them up because I knew they would be really amazing for sitting out on our new water porch. I'm still trying to figure out the name for this thing. So I need to rearrange the furniture a little bit because it is feeling a little bit cramped. As I said, I was expecting the stacked chairs from our patio set to go into the utility room, but it is pretty jam-packed right now. The table is in there all taken apart. I had these two chairs that Greg and I sat on yesterday, and they're really kind of nice, and there's little ottoman that go with them, which are over by the barbecue, and I was wanting to have those out here. And when we do build our little dock at the side, the whole patio set will go out there. So I'm hesitant to get rid of any of the furniture at this point. It may mean that we just have to live with it out here a little longer than we would like, but there are worse things. As long as I can sort of stack things away, it should be good. And the 4 chairs that we brought with us do stack. Oh, did you hear that splash? I think it must have been a fish because there's no birds around there. I did see a fish jump out of the water the other day. Anyway, we will figure this deck out, make it a little bit more comfortable to come out and sit. Hopefully we'll have some more beautiful days like this. I do need to make some more popcorn for the swans so that when they come over, we can feed them. One of the women a couple doors down gives them horse feed. So, but everybody knows that our previous owners used to give them popcorn, so we are giving them popcorn, continuing. I bought a new container to put popcorn in. It's a cereal container from Rubbermaid, but I figured it was pretty airtight. So on those rainy days, you can kind of come out here, put a little bit of popcorn in your hand, fill it up, so then that way it's easy to control. And I thought it beats having to try and find the Ziploc bag and deal with that. So anyway, that was what we picked up yesterday for the swans. I think that I have chatted enough for today. I do want to try and get out and pick up a couple of things and brave the traffic. I've been a bit nervous about that, but I think it's time to put on my big girl pants and go for a drive, set the sat nav so I don't get lost. And I will see you tomorrow for Halloween Day, Day 31 of Vlogtober. I hope that you have had a fabulous day wherever you are, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye. I have the popcorn all ready now. All I'm looking for are the swans. They went off that way a while back. They'll come back. They know where to get the popcorn.